All right, buckle up, basketball fans, because we are diving headfirst into a wild night of NBA action. 9 games, 16 teams battling it out on the court. And let me tell you, there were some seriously unexpected results.
Yeah, last night's games really turned some heads, Made us question everything we thought we knew about these teams.
Exactly. We're talking Celtics crushing the Warriors, Thunder dominating the Cavaliers, and the Clippers bouncing back to trounce the Trailblazers. All huge GE wins, and none of them were really predicted.
No, not at all. And that's what makes it so interesting.
Let's start with that Celtics victory, shall we? 125-85 against the Warriors.
Ooh, that's gotta sting.
Talk about a statement win.
It wasn't just a win, it was a total shutdown. The Celtics defense, man, they were stifling.
They had a plan, and they executed it perfectly.
Especially on Steph Curry, held him to only 18 points.
Which for him is practically unheard of.
Right. He's usually lighting up the scoreboard, but the Celtics just wouldn't let him breathe.
They were all over him, denying him the ball, forcing other Warriors to step up.
And it just didn't work. The Warriors shot terribly, especially from three-point range.
Like they couldn't buy a bucket.
It's a perfect example of how a strong defensive strategy can completely neutralize even the best offensive players.
Tatum was on fire for the Celtics, though.
Oh yeah, he was feeling it.
30 points, 10 rebounds, a double-double.
But it wasn't just the numbers, it was how he got them.
He was so efficient.
Picking his spots, taking smart shots.
Letting the game come to him.
And then, bam.
Yeah.
Hitting those shots with confidence.
Textbook performance.
Absolutely. And you got to give credit to the Celtics supporting cast, too. Smart was running the offense like a maestro, and the role players really stepped up on defense.
It was a true team effort, that's for sure. Now, speaking of team effort, can we talk about the Thunder? Blowing out the Cavaliers, 134-114.
Whoa, I did a double take when I saw that score.
That was unexpected, to say the least.
Gilgeous-Alexander was incredible.
35 points for the young star.
He was unstoppable.
But what really impressed me was the Thunder's passing.
They were moving the ball beautifully, finding the open man, playing unselfish basketball.
Like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, their assist numbers were off the charts. It shows how much they've grown as a team.
They're developing some real chemistry out there on the court.
And they're executing their game plan to perfection.
All right, we can't forget about the Clippers either. Rebounding from that tough loss to absolutely demolish the Trailblazers.
118-89. Talk about a bounce-back win.
It was a statement, for sure.
They came out with a fire in their bellies.
You could tell they were determined to make up for that previous loss.
And they did it in style.
Their ball movement was crisp. Their defense was stifling.
What's a clinic in how to dominate a game?
Seriously, their defensive rating was insane. They held the Trailblazers to a season low in points.
It was a total team effort. Everyone contributed.
It wasn't just about star power. It was about every player playing their role to the fullest. That's the mark of a championship-caliber team. So we've talked about the blowouts. But last night wasn't all about one-sided affairs. We had a couple of nail-biters go down to the wire, starting with the Pelicans edging out the Jazz in overtime. 123-119, what a game.
Oh man, that one had me on the edge of my seat the entire time. Back and forth, neither team willing to give an inch.
It was like a heavyweight boxing match. Two evenly matched teams just slugging it out.
It really came down to who could make those clutch plays in the final minutes.
And for the Pelicans, that man was Brandon Ingram.
He was the hero, no doubt.
35 points, 8 rebounds.
But it was more than just the numbers. It was his leadership, his poise, his clutch plays down the stretch.
He was unstoppable, hitting those big shots when it mattered most.
That's what separates the stars from the rest.
His game-winning shot, that pull-up jumper with just seconds left.
Ice in his veins.
Unbelievable.
And he did it all against one of the best defenders in the league. The Jazz threw everything they had at him.
But he found a way to score, to get his team the win.
It was a truly special performance.
All right, let's move on to another overtime thriller. Kings and the Rockets, 132-127.
That one was a shootout.
Both teams lighting up the scoreboard.
Offensive fireworks all night long.
The Aaron Fox was incredible for the Kings. 29 points and 9 assists.
He was slicing through the Rockets' defense like a hot knife through butter.
Creating opportunities for himself and his teammates.
And controlling the pace of the game.
He was a maestro out there.
His ability to penetrate and collapse the defense opened up so many opportunities for the Kings shooters. And when the Rockets tried to focus on him, he'd dish it out for an easy assist.
His playmaking was on full display. Now, we got to give credit to Jalen Green on the Rockets side. 28 points for the young star.
He was fearless,
Attacking the basket relentless.
showing off that incredible athleticism.
He's quickly becoming a fan favorite.
He's got that it factor, that star potential.
These 2 overtime games really showcase the different ways you can win in the NBA.
You can have a star player take over in crunch time, or you can rely on a more balanced attack with contributions from multiple players.
It's all about adapting to your opponent, maximizing your strengths, and finding a way to execute when it matters most.
And that's what makes this league so unpredictable and exciting.
All right, so we've covered the blowouts and the nail-biters, but there were plenty of other standout performances last night worth mentioning. Let's delve into those next. Zach LaVine, for example, had a big night for the Bulls.
Yeah, he was cooking. Dropped 28 points in their win over the Clippers, right?
He was in his zone, picking his spots, making the Clippers pay for every mistake. Speaking of impressive performances, Tyrese Halliburton, man, what a game he had.
Oh, yeah, he was everywhere for the Pacers.
Leading them to victory over the Pistons with a 24-point, 10-assist double-double.
Halliburton is quietly becoming one of the most complete point guards in the league, you know?
I agree. He's not just a scorer, he's a true floor general out there.
Exactly, controlling the pace, setting up his teammates, making everyone around him better.
His court vision is something else.
He sees those plays developing before anyone else even notices.
Always seems to make the right pass at the right time. And can we talk about Devin Booker? 38 points and 7 assists for the Suns.
Booker was on another level last night.
Absolutely unstoppable, hitting shots from everywhere.
Driving to the basket, finding open teammates. He had it all working.
The Wizards had no answer for him.
Nope, he was in complete control, just dictating the game.
And even though the Wizards lost, Bradley Beal still put up a fight. 34 points.
Beal's a warrior, man. He never gives up.
He's a walking bucket, always finding ways to score.
And he does it so efficiently, too. It's impressive.
Absolutely. All right, last but not least, we have to mention Julius Randle. Strong performance for the Knicks, leading them to victory over the Hawks.
26 points, 12 rebounds, another double-double in the night.
Randle has been a beast for the Knicks all season.
Yeah, he's been playing with a real edge, you know, attacking the basket, dominating the boards.
His physicality and intensity are just too much for some teams to handle.
The Hawks definitely had trouble containing him.
Trae Young still managed to put up 30 points for the Hawks, though.
Young is a special talent. That scoring ability is undeniable.
But the Knicks defense did a good job of limiting his playmaking opportunities.
Yeah, they forced him to take tough shots, made him work for every point.
It was a smart defensive strategy. So, we've seen some incredible individual performances, but I'm curious, what do you think separates these exceptional players from the rest? What allows them to have such a big impact on the game?
That's a great question. It's a combination of factors, really. Obviously, talent plays a big role.
Of course. You got to have the natural ability.
But it's more than that. It's the work ethic, the dedication, the countless hours of practice.
The mental toughness, the ability to perform under pressure.
Exactly. It's about constantly striving to improve, pushing yourself beyond your limits.
It's about having that killer instinct, that desire to win.
And it's about understanding the game, making smart decisions on the court.
Basketball IQ, they call it.
Right. Knowing when to shoot, when to pass, when to attack, when to defend.
It's about being a step ahead of your opponent.
And let's not forget the role of coaching.
Absolutely. A good coach can make all the difference.
They can help players maximize their potential, refine their skills, and develop a winning mentality.
It's like a partnership, a collaboration.
The coach guides and supports. The player puts in the work and executes.
And together, they can achieve great things. And speaking of partnerships, we can't forget about the fans.
Oh, yeah, the fans are a huge part of it.
They bring the energy, the passion, the atmosphere.
The roar of the crowd, the cheers after a big play.
It's electric. It fuels the players, gives them that extra boost.
Absolutely. The fans are like a sixth man on the court.
A collective force that can really influence the game. All right, so we've talked a lot about individual games and performances, but I want to shift gears a bit, zoom out, and look at the bigger picture. What are some of the larger trends you're seeing across the league this season?
Ooh, now we're getting to the good stuff. We're seeing some really interesting developments, trends that could reshape the NBA as we know it.
Okay, I'm all ears.
We're talking the emergence of young talent, a shift in offensive strategies, and a level of parity we haven't seen in years.
This sounds fascinating. Break it down for me.
Well, let's start with the young guns, you know? We're seeing this incredible wave of young talent taking the league by storm.
It's like a changing of the guard, right?
Exactly. These young guys are Fearless, they're hungry.
And they're not afraid to go up against the established stars.
Nope. They're coming at them with everything they've got, and it's making for some seriously entertaining basketball.
We saw it last night with guys like Tatum, Gilgeous-Alexander, Ingram, Halliburton, all putting up big numbers, making those clutch plays.
It's not just about talent, though. It's about their mindset, their approach to the game.
They're playing with a swagger, a confidence that's infectious.
It's like they're not afraid to make mistakes. They're just out there having fun, playing with that pure joy for the game.
And it's not just a few isolated cases. It's happening all across the league.
Right. There's this incredible depth of young talent emerging, and it's raising the level of competition.
Which brings us to another big trend. Parity.
Parity, baby. The league is wide open right now.
Any team can beat any other team on any given night.
Exactly. The gap between the top teams and the bottom teams is shrinking.
The standings are so tight, every game matters.
It makes for some must-watch basketball, that's for sure.
And it's a testament to the fact that there are so many different ways to build a successful team.
Yeah, you don't have to have a super team with 3 superstars anymore.
You can win with a solid core, good coaching, and a strong team identity.
And we're seeing that play out this season.
All right, you also mentioned a shift in offensive strategies.
Oh yeah, the game is evolving, man.
More three-pointers, more spacing, more pace.
It's all about efficiency, finding the best shot possible.
The three-pointer has become the weapon of choice.
It's a high-risk, high-reward strategy.
But when it works, it's beautiful to watch.
Teams are launching them from further and further out.
It's like they're playing a different sport sometimes.
But it's not just about chucking up threes. It's about creating open looks.
Teams are running more complex offenses, using intricate passing sequences.
It's like a chess match out there, trying to outsmart your opponent.
And this offensive evolution has led to a change in player rules, too.
We're seeing more versatility.
Players can handle the ball, shoot from outside, and defend multiple positions.
Those traditional boundaries between positions are blurring.
It's all about being a complete player, contributing in multiple ways.
And that makes the game so much more unpredictable and exciting.
So to recap, we're seeing the rise of young talent, increased parity, and an evolution in offensive styles.
It's a new era of basketball, folks.
But where do you see the game heading in the future?
Man, I think we're entering a golden age. The talent level is incredible, the competition is fierce, and the style of play is just so dynamic.
It's a great time to be an NBA fan.
For sure. Every night is a chance to witness something special.
Well said. We've covered a lot of ground tonight, from blowouts to nail-biters, from breakout stars to league-wide trends. It's been a wild ride, and I, for one, am excited to see what the rest of the season holds.
Me too. This league never disappoints.
All right, folks, that's it for our deep dive into last night's NBA action. But keep your eyes peeled because the story is far from over.
New chapters are being written every night, and we'll be here to break it all down for you.
Until next time, keep loving the game, and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.